edit this is part one of what we'll call the Wicked Queen, maybe Wicked Princess, I don't know. And so the thought behind this image was kind of Sleeping Beauty-ish, the Wicked Queen with her apple, and that's kind of the whole idea behind it. And this one I really want to go pretty extreme with the editing on it. So what I'm doing right now is I originally went through and selected some images that I liked. And now I am going to decide which one is going to be our final image that we're going to edit for this. So I'm just kind of going through and narrowing it down a bit. So I did just hurry up and do Lily's makeup in the studio myself, and I am not a makeup artist, so this one's definitely going to have some cleanup that it's going to need. So you guys will get to see that. And which one do I like? So there's a few of these that I really like. I like that one. I like this one. Get rid of that one. I like this one. I like that one, but I do want one where her eyes are going to be looking at us. Not that one. And not that one. Not that one. And this is definitely going to be one that I am going to edit at some point. Darn. Let me just look in here. I think we're going to do this one. Okay. So say goodbye to that one for now. And out of the three that I shot of Lily, this one is definitely going to probably have the most kind of surreal look to it. And that's really what we're going to go for in this. This is not going to be your typical portrait edit whatsoever. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take this back into Camera Raw, because I did not do any adjustments on this to begin with, and it's just overall too dark. I just don't feel like I can see what I'm working with, and I obviously don't want it to be this light later on, but I need it to be a bit lighter so I can work on it properly. So that's what we're gonna do right now, is just lighten it up a bit. Okay, so we're gonna bring this back over into Photoshop. Now I can see what I'm working with. So I'm gonna do this the same way I've done the other videos, into 4 parts, and the first one's just gonna be kind of my basic starting off edits. So for this one, the first thing that I want to do possibly is I might want to do this as a horizontal image. So let me see if I do or not. So Photoshop has this content aware, and it's actually a pretty decent tool. It doesn't work all the time, but it's pretty good some of the time. So I'm just gonna crop it and hit the content aware and just see what it does for me, and see if it is able to fill in those green spaces. And it did an okay job. It didn't do a fabulous job, but I don't need it to be perfect because I can work on it myself. So it actually is just saying that this is green back here in my shadows, and when I work with my color grade, it's going to change it anyways. So I'm not super worried, but I am going to just use my patch tool a little bit, just enough to stop making me look at it. I want to kind of forget that it's there. And patch is great for background work. Okay. So do I like it better that way? I think I do. Okay. And if I don't, I can change it later. It's not a huge deal. So the first thing that I'm going to do with this image is just work on these hairs. Now, there's a lot of different methods to it. This is what I personally like to do. I like to grab my brush. I like to go in at 100% flow, 100% opacity, maybe like an 80%, something like that. And I'm just going to clone stamp. So here's the deal with this, right? You can completely cut her hair out if you want and make it perfect. That's not what I want. I don't want her to look like she was cut out and pasted here, but I want her to look cleaner than what she does. Essentially, whatever hairs that are really distracting to me, I want to get rid of. And so this is how I do it. Now, what I do is I tend to kind of go overboard at first, just like you see me doing here. Go around really quickly, get everything. And then what I'll do is I'll grab the eraser tool, super slow or super soft and a low flow. And I will hit those edges of her hair. Essentially bring them back a little bit. So you can see now sometimes what'll happen is these areas you'll end up with clone stamping edges around it. I don't want that, so I'll just grab my patch tool and go around and get rid of them like that. There we go. So hair, happy with as far as that goes. Now we are going to go into Liquify because I really want to begin shaping her, but actually before we do that, let's work on these eyes. So we're going to have to do some cleanup with the makeup on this, but one of the things that I want to do, just because this is super creative, is I want to make her eyes overall bigger. So the way you do that is you grab them and you layer them via copy, you free transform them. Oops. You need to make sure that you're linked up in this one so that the eye stays proportioned. I am going to give her, we're going to go up to 110, maybe not 110, 106. So we're not going super crazy with this eyeball, with these eyes. I'm going to lower the opacity so that I can line my eye back up. Then I'm going to bring my opacity back. I'm going to grab my eraser tool on 100% soft. And what I like to do when I'm doing this is I erase back to the original eyebrow. And you want your nose to look right. There we go. And then I'm going to go back to that background and I'm going to grab this eye and do the same exact thing. So I think I said I was at 106%. So I'm going to do this one just the same. Lower the opacity. Line that eyeball back up where it was. raise the opacity back, grab my eraser, erase back that eyebrow, erase back side of her face. So sometimes it can get a little tricky over there, but it's not impossible. You just need a smaller brush and kind of take your time with it. And if you're unsure of something, you want to turn that layer off and on. Okay, and just so you can see what that did overall, I'm gonna turn our bottom layer off. Ooh, see what happens? I can see that I left some on her nose when I did that. I am going to erase that. Now let me pull it back off. Oh, and see, look. On this one, I have some up here. There. Okay. Okay, so turn that off. I'm going to merge those into one layer so that you can see what we did. Now, would you use this for a typical portrait? Nope, you wouldn't. But for this particular look, I am doing it. It's going to add to what I'm doing at the end. And so now I am going to go to Liquify, and I'm going to start changing other things that need to be changed to get the overall look I want. So you're definitely working with this hair a bit, shaping it up. And let's see. You have to be careful when you're in Liquify because when you're working near the edges, you can tend to grab them. So see what I did with that? Just have a shape in my mind of what I want this to look like, and I'm just trying to create that shape through Liquify. Okay, so the hair looks pretty good. So this is a neck piece that I made, and it's really supposed to fit more around her neck than what it was. So I'm just gonna kind of mess with that just a little bit and see what I can easily do here in Photoshop, in Liquify. Work with the line of this skirt just a little bit. Alright, so I'm liking that. Now, maybe her apple needs to be a little bit bigger. Do I like that? I do. I do indeed. You have to watch because it will affect the things around it, but I like that. Alright, now I want to just make her eyeball a bit bigger. Like that. Bigger maybe? Not that big. So, go to this tool. And we'll just bring it back a little bit. Okay, I like that. Now her lips, I am going to make her lips a little bit bigger. And Lily does tend to get this shadow under her teeth that I am going to work with as well later. I'm not going to make it go away, but we are going to fix it because it's, to me right now, it is very distracting. And let's see, where is her? So there's a lot of things with eyes you can do in here too. Height and all sorts of things. And width. And distance apart. Distance together. You can get some pretty weird stuff. Nose. What do you want to do with her nose? And so with this particular image, it's supposed to look kind of fairy tale-ish. So I don't mind playing with those features somewhat. Lily knows that this picture in the end is not going to look exactly like her. She's not expecting it to because this is a piece for me and what I want it to look like. Okay, so we're getting there. Chin is the next thing I want to work with. And I want to give her a little more chin. She's got a short chin, and I am going to just pull it down because she is supposed to be witchy, so she's supposed to have a little more witchy face. So far I'm liking that, and I'm going to actually hold that and bring it back, and I'm going to go back in now and make some more adjustments on her. So I really, really want to take in her waist area. And so I am going to just do that with my forward work tool. And then I'm going to take her overall body in a bit. The top half especially. I don't want her arms to look overly small though. So I'm going to pull it back out. And like I said, you have to watch. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is make her fingers a little bit thinner. And I use that using the pucker tool. And I also want to, oh,